Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Razovy, and today I want to talk about Kiznaiver. This is an anime that I recently picked up. I think I started watching it about 2 or 3 days ago. I have watched the first 5 episodes and therefore will only talk about the first 5 episodes. Once I finished it, I'll of course talk about the rest. A synopsis of this whole plot will be as follows. We follow a couple of characters who for some reason are connected via a certain scar in this case. Whenever someone feels pain, both emotional and physical, the rest feels it too. And this is quite an interesting concept because these people at first don't know each other. Most of them are complete strangers to each other. So the idea that now all of a sudden they're connected and they feel each other's pain, meaning that they have to be quite careful about the things that they do in order to avoid hurting others, is quite an interesting concept. Now in episode 1, we basically follow this guy right here, Katsuhira Agata, and he basically shows no emotion. It seems like nothing hurts him. It seems like no matter what people do to him, he doesn't really respond to any of it. He kind of has these dead eyes. It seems like, well, at least to me, that he's kind of sick of life. Sort of that kind of vibe is what I'm getting from him. Now his childhood friend, Chidori, she actually really feels bad for him because she sees him being bullied and people take his money and they hurt him, they kick him, whatever. And he, like I said, he doesn't respond whatsoever. He's okay with all of it. And she's not, but since he doesn't do anything, she doesn't do anything either. Eventually, this guy right here, Hajime, he sees this happening and he protects Katsuhira by beating up the 2 bullies and then basically demanding from Katsuhira that he should pay him. I believe it was at first that he started out with 20% and then he would protect him from the bullies. Eventually though, for some reason, and I won't spoil how or why, all of these 3 are put in this lab and they don't know how they got there. They have no clue. They're just put there in the lab. And then we meet, let's see if I already clicked on her profile. No, I did not. Then we meet this girl, Noriko. She's a mystery. We don't know who she is. We don't know where she came from. We don't know what the purpose of her being there is, but it's clear that she leads the people in this lab, like she's the boss around. She explains that she is some sort of a head or at least some sort of a leader of the Kizuna project. But it turns out that this Kizuna project links, like I said, all of the people in this lab, including these, I will talk about them soon. It links them to each other with a scar. And this scar, whenever someone is hurt, others feel it too. And they experience this in this lab. Now, I'm not going to fully explain what happens in this lab. Like I said, I sincerely believe you should watch this yourself. But it's very cool because eventually they are forced by physical violence, if they don't, to show or at least tell their most darkest secrets. Now it turns out that besides these 3, we also have these 4, well actually not this guy, I'll talk about him later. We have these other 3 people in the lab as well. We have this very strange girl called Nico. She pretends, at least, she is very wacky and interesting. Something is revealed about her that I'm not going to spoil right now, but it's definitely an act. And then we have this guy who is the pretty boy, I guess, who everyone likes and who is popular, and he also has this secret that you'll see actually, I believe in the first episode. And then we have Maki, who has an absolutely horrible personality, but is still popular because she is attractive. It's basically these 6 at this point who are in this lab, and they have to reveal their darkest secrets. Most of them reveal, in fact, their darkest secrets, except for Maki, but she will do that eventually. They get out of the lab, and this is where the anime really starts. Because now they have to take orders from Noriko. Whenever she says they have to do something, they gotta do it. And it's always something bad, and it's always something very revealing. Like I said, their darkest secrets, or they have to bond together even though they don't want to, and Noriko is the one who will force them to do so. It's a very interesting plot. Eventually they also meet up this guy right here. I almost forgot him. Hisomu. He is the weirdest of the bunch in my opinion because he enjoys pain. So he's an odd character. He doesn't go to school, he doesn't work, he's just a deadbeat guy, and it turns out that this guy purposely hurts himself, like walks into traffic or jumps off a bridge or that kind of stuff. So these people are not happy with this guy. So they're all linked together and they kind of have to make sure that this guy doesn't do anything stupid. And eventually where I left off in the anime, which is around episode 4 or 5, is they have to go to this summer camp. They have to do certain things there, and it turns out that more people in their life are connected to this Kizuna system, and the story is basically getting grander and grander. More people are turned out to be connected. They figure out more about each other, right? Relationships start to form. Some of them start to hate each other while others start to like each other more and more. Some feel completely neglected while others start to feel accepted. And we learn a lot about these characters, which makes this so fun because this is a very character focused anime. Sure, the story is cool and I sincerely enjoy the plot, but if it wasn't for these interesting characters, this story wouldn't be as grand. Let me compare this, for example, to Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, in this case, is one of my, if not my favorite anime of all time. The characters are great, they really are, but it's mainly, the main focus of this story is that it's such a grand story. Right, it goes all over the world. There's war and intrigue and political intrigue and whatnot. That is what makes this anime so interesting. It's the grand story in this case. Sure, the characters are great, but we don't go incredibly deep into most characters, right? Which is fine, but that's the personal taste of this anime, right? In Kiznaiver, we focus on a small group of people, and that is what is the appeal of this anime, right? Exploring their characters, seeing their relationship grow or fall apart in this case. This is what is the appeal of this anime, and I like it a lot. It's very, very cool. So, should you watch Kiznaiver? Absolutely 100%. There is a manga of this, so if you're mainly manga only, then you can read the manga. However, keep in mind that Kiznaiver is an original anime, meaning that anime was first. So the manga is based on the anime, not the anime based on the manga. Keep that in mind when reading the manga. You won't get any new things in the manga, like if you would, for example, read the One Piece manga instead of watch the One Piece anime or something, right? There's no extras in this manga because it's based on the anime. Is it worth it? Yes, 100%. I genuinely am enjoying this anime a ton. So ladies and gentlemen, have you watched Kiznaiver? If you have, make sure to put that in the comment section. Tell me what you think of it, without spoiling anything, of course, because I'm also not done yet with the anime. And if you haven't watched it yet, did this video convince you to watch it? Leave it in the comment section down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I was Razovy, and you were you, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.